myself. Wait, was okay. I have peed. That January. Hello, ghoulies. Welcome back to D20 Den and another adventure in Teallachtaine. Our adventurers are prepped and ready to go and feeling festive, I hope. Do you guys remember what you were doing and where you were at? So yes, you guys happened upon the workshop in the Glowforge Grotto. And do you guys remember the name of the gnome you met? I can say words with my face. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Gnome. That's funny. You guys met Twyla, and she was gonna go rescue some reindeers for you, so that you guys had transportation further in. Yes. So you guys decided, screw going in through the back door. We're just gonna rampage right into where the boss guy probably is sitting. Ah, and took out an ice devil. So you guys, Bun, who was resurrected by the power of the holiday spirit, and the Bitey Bats are all ready to continue on. And we're going to hope that Bun's screen cooperates for me. We'll see. Okay, so what would you guys like to do? You haven't really heard much since you've been in your battle with the Ice Devil, but you definitely, as the silence falls across the room, hear clanking and what sounds like maybe gears grinding through the door right here. Okay. You can do investigation or perception, whichever you prefer, just to listen at the door. Holy crap, Cyrus can do things. So yes, you hear clinking sounds, what sounds like maybe gears or belts moving. As best you can tell, you can hear 5 distinct different metallic clinking sounds kind of reverberating throughout the room. Hello and welcome, DJ. Our adventurers are just about to see what's going on in the room next door. So you want to open the door? You grab the knob and you go to throw open the door and you go, ugh, as you encounter solid wood that does not open. So, what would you guys like to do with your current closed door situation? Oh my God. I don't know if you guys have experienced the joy that is Google Chrome's new split view, uh, but it's amazing. You can actually have like a split view within one window. It's really nice. Okay. Now that my Google Chrome ad's over, right? God, that would be amazing. Okay. It's going to be a sleight of hand. If you have thieves tool, you can have advantage on that. And as you try to jiggle the doorknob, it does not turn. Um, I will say that, there is a possibilities that you could search the room and see if anybody has a key, or you could continue trying to bully your way through the door. Either way works. It's gonna be a strength check to try to bust that door open. Okay, investigation, please. Oh my lord! Oh no, that was amazing though. Yeah, like literally, like, ah, ah, I tried so hard. The door's just so big and strong. My mighty drowness just couldn't defeat it. Thank you for the sub, Omega. Okay. We could also wait for Tara to look for a key. Actually, his second attempt works just fine, and the door goes flying open. But due to all of the banging and clanging and such that you guys were doing, uh, the you are met face to face with what looks to be an amalgamation of different little toys. Hold on, my D20 just said nope. I also have an echo, so I'm trying to ignore that. Okay, as the door goes flying open, uh, you come face to face with this. And we are going to go straight into initiative. So go ahead and start rolling initiative, please. Oh God, did you trade all of your attack rolls being good for all of your investigations and everything being good? Because that'll suck. Okay. Let me go ahead and add the dudes. Oh, they're already there. Holy crap. I actually did things. Okay. With that, Alina, what would you like to do? You are currently standing next to Cyrus and face to face with what can only be described as little toy robots that once brought the halflings and gnomes of the area joy, now melded together by the infernal hatred of the helmed horror standing behind him. You can't see much into the room, but you can hear tons of noise as gears and conveyor belts move. So they are not currently moving, but all those little conveyor belts you see with toys on them are actually in motion. Okay. And you are able to do that. And your blade slices in, causing some damage to the straps of his armor. And one of the little robots falls out. You hit again. And once again, cut in, and another small robot falls to the ground. No longer animated. What do you mean? The door is broken. It's splintered in. Yeah. Okay. That makes it Sapira's turn. And Bun Bun, if you'd like to include him in things. Oops. So the right. So there are four four armors made of various toy pieces and parts. I'm gonna just send the basic animated armor image. So those are all like made up of different toys from the workshop that have been like melded together. And from what you can tell, standing in the corner, a monster of black armor with a red glow seems to be controlling and commanding them. There is a expired gnome laying on the floor. Yes. I don't know that there's much you can do for him unless you maybe have speak with dead. Okay. Yes, just because of the exposure you guys have recently had, especially with your last fight, you are very aware that the energy rolling off of him is definitely infernal. Okay. Oh, and he amazingly makes it. Okay. Tara, what would you and your bitey bats like to do? Okay. Are you able to control yourself today? Okay. Bitey bats on the nearest. Yeah, because that's 40 feet. And he needs to roll a dex save. I know that. He does not save. And it was 3d10, right? And as the bats swoop in and start biting the armor, uh, you see a few more. Oh, God, I just killed the bats on accident. No, bitey bats! Come back to life! I will save you, bitey bats. I know, right? Anyways, uh, all of a sudden, as the bats swoop in, you guys see more and more toy pieces fall to the ground, and then with like a big clunk, the entire piece of armor just falls into pieces and stops moving. Big munch. And once again, to help with map, we're going to delete the dead guys. Okay. And then Tara, did you want to move or there are at least 3 more animated toy monsters and the Helm Tower that are commanding them and a dead gnome. Uh there is a fire in the kiln and then there are other toys and such spread along the conveyor belts. I mean, there is fresh blood in certain parts of the factory. The blood seems to be centering around what appears to now be a cage center of this kiln. Okay, so bat familiar. So as your bat familiar flies in and over the top of the cage, what you realize is actually it is a makeshift lid to what appeared to be an active kiln. And as the bat looks down in it, you can see huddled in a mass a bunch of gnomes, some very, very badly injured, but all still alive, if even just barely so. Is not currently on, no. So, what can you move? 30 in a turn, so you can probably move. Your spell was already up. So you double move. So you can get closer, you can't quite get all the way there. Okay. As you guys start to interrupt the horror's plans for the workshop in the grotto, he rushes forward. And attempts to swing a sword at you, Tara. Let's see. And he does that twice. Only one hits, though. And you take 12 slashing damage. And you feel the force of his anger with an additional 7. That's you. So 19 in total. Oh, I got a math. Hold on. 9, but hold on. And hold on. Let me fix your health real quick. Do, 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 do. Come on. You can load. Come on, character sheet. You can do it. I believe in you, character sheet. Maybe, maybe, maybe. There we go. 19 damage. Which pretty much is just going to mess with your 10 points. Okay. And with that, you guys hear clinking as the first horror from within the room starts to move forward. And this one doesn't just have little toy robots. This one almost, the more you look at it, seems to be made up of little toy horses. And you can actually see like little toy soldiers kind of mashed against their little horses, all shaped into the animated horror moving towards you. And you can actually move a little bit more. And this one, if you thought the last one was creepy, is all baby dolls. All shoved together. If Annabelle was repeated multiple times and then animated. He runs up to you, Tara, but seems to run out of steam. Just kind of hesitates. Multiple sets of eyes all locked on you as all of the little baby dolls stare at you from the different parts of his body. And then the last one moves forward, and you can actually hear as the little clowns that make up this animated armor have their strings pulled as he takes each step. And as he finishes the step, you can hear the little strings start to pull back and the giggles with every step he takes. Cyrus, it's your turn. Okay. Hold on, because I have learned that I can mark him. And you said it's HexCon. Okay. Yeah, I can actually mark him and put in what you're hexing. I don't know that you can see what. Oh. Are you doing anything else, or is that your turn? Alina, the toys are coming to play with you. It's always got to be fucking clowns. It's funny because I was like, what should I have the animated armor be made of? And I was like, okay, robots. Yeah, definitely baby dolls and clowns. Okay. Okay. So it'll cover those two. What is the save? As you cast All I Want for Christmas Is You. Let's see. Number one does not save. And number two, right? Oh god, the thing has a -5 to its intellect saves. Okay. So the effect of the action limiting definitely hits the animated armor, but you notice that it doesn't actually seem to take the damage. But the horror cringes and leans over, and you can kind of hear this garble that you can't completely understand, but you have a feeling it's something along the lines of, I don't want you for Christmas. Please stop. So the the helmed horror takes the full damage and the effect. The animated armor only takes the effect. Okay. Zapira. Okay. By the way, I'm so excited that Omega subscribed not only for a new subscriber, but we got to see the new fun holiday subscription announcement pop up. Okay. I like this. Okay. Okay, hold on. So I guess pick whatever damage type you think best matches Spectral Nutcracker. Go crack some nuts. Yeah. You can do it. Okay. Hmm. Okay. 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 So armor 1, armor 2, armor 3. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you really fucked that one. And the Helm Tour. They all fail. That's what she said. Sorry. I'm fine with one time if you're fine with one time. Yeah, holy shit. Okay, hold on. Let me damage things. So your Nutcracker swarm swoops in and starts literally knocking baby dolls apart. Uh, and makes the Helm Tower stop paying attention to the party and start swatting at the Nutcrackers, trying to take him out. And as the clowns start to fall off, it pulls their strings just one more time, but almost interrupts them as they fall. So you just get this like hee 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 as they fall to the ground, and their animation stops. Yes. Okay. 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 Sounds good. Awesome. Okay, Tara. I'm guessing the bitey bats would like to go bite something else. Would you like to bitey bat the helm tor or the doll armor monster? Hmm. Hey, the bitey bats swoop in. And let's see if the dolls can deck save. I do not have high hopes. I was right not to have high hopes. Okay, 3d10. Oh, here. Okay, I am the bitey bats. And they swoop in and start nipping at the dolls, creating the horror or the armor and ripping the dolls apart. Doll heads go flying. And in the words of Courtney Love, I am doll parts, it falls to the ground dead. Okay. What would you like to do as Tara? Okay. I believe disengage uses up your action. Uh, I'm guessing just do you want to go towards the trap gnomes or just out of the way of things? Okay. So, you kind of step over all the doll parts and get behind your bats. Uh, seeing how your party is just able to decimate his animated atrocities, the Helm Horror books it towards a metal vat in the corner. Actually, could he book it the way I want him? Oh God, I made him just go 70 feet. Hold on. Go back where you were. Come back this way. Let me make sure he can move that far. Yes, he can. And he turns the dial or the big wheel at the end of the tank. And you guys all of a sudden can hear this like tick, tick, tick noise as if an igniter is trying to light. And all of a sudden, let's see, Tara, your bat kind of relays to you this scent of gas wafting up from the pit, almost as if the horror must have opened up the gas lines in an attempt to activate the kiln. And you hear the tick, tick, tick again. But there has not been a whoosh of the fire taking hold just yet. Okay. What damage do the guys in the green goo take, Zapira? Okay. Okay, 1 second. Okay, CJ, you should be able to hear the players now. Sorry about that. So, he's gonna come in and try to attack you.
I don't like that at all.
As he comes shambling up to you and slams into you. He is unable to do damage, and a few of his parts kind of fall off. I don't remember what I said that one was made out of.
It's the horsey one, I believe.
Oh yeah, the horsey one. Some of the little toy soldiers fall off as he tries to ram into you. And this one attempts to climb up and over. The little clown's laughing, and he tries to slam into you as well. Oh, they were supposed to do it twice. Oh, well, that didn't matter. And it tries to slam, each slam followed by a he. Though he's unsuccessful. Cyrus.
Are they ending their turn in the circle?
They are, what is their damage?
When a creature enters the emanation or ends its turn there. So that would be another 3d8. They have to take wisdom saving throw. They get the wisdom saving throw though.
Okay. I doubt they're gonna do this, just to give you a heads up. Nope.
Huh.
And as your nutcrackers swarm once again.
There we go. All right. Reasonable more damage. They take 12.
Okay. And some of the clowns fall to their death, stopping their animation midway. And a few more of the soldiers fall from their horses in battle. I mean, I could ask the players to yell, but I'll just turn them up and see if that works.
I cracked some clown nuts. You.
Hopefully that's loud enough, CJ.
Ask them to yell. Don't tempt me.
Funny. Okay, Cyrus, what would you like to do? By the way, at the end of Zapira's turn, you hear that tick, tick, tick again. And you can start to hear, like, coughing, like, and then little voices. I can't breathe. Why is it so hard to breathe? Coming from the pit.
Those were your toys' turns, not Zapira's. But yeah.
I will take a step into the room.
Cyrus decides to enter the fray.
Just a single step. And before he can even think twice, he's throwing a Constitution saving throw against my blight.
Okay. I'm assuming the helm horror.
Yeah, whatever that thing is that I keep pinging.
Only a 9.
Oh, look at that. He's about to get destroyed. Good day. Oh, hold on.
Day.
We're not done.
Holy crap.
Come on, go back.
And with the blight just decimates the horror. and you see the red light leave his eyes as the infernal power just evaporates from within his body, and he falls dead next to the gas controls.
Now that's the gift that keeps on giving.
And with that, Cyrus, the group hears once again tick, tick, and then a small little whoosh, followed by a blood-curdling scream, and you see a small orange glow start to emanate from inside the grate over the kiln. And with that, if Cyrus is done, it's Alina's turn.
Yes, I'm done.
Okay. Alina, what would you like to do? Apparently, there are gnomes being roasted alive.
Oh, oops. So I was muted. So you said that there's like a gate in front of, or a little grate in front of the place where the gnome's being roasted?
Yeah, so Tara's familiar bat is hovering over the grate. That it's definitely like a makeshift lid that has been placed atop the kiln in order to, as best you can tell, entrap gnomes inside to apparently now be roasted alive as the kiln is activated.
I'll move over and try look down inside.
All right,
Like
hold on.
how deep is it?
Zoop. That would be where you need to go.
Oh, sorry.
As you look down, it's about 10 feet, and through the flames and smoke, you can make out 10 little bodies. One that seems to twitch as flames race up and down its body. From what you can tell, though, the ignition only activated the fire in a small amount, and that gnome must have been standing closest to the igniter. All of the other 9 gnomes have pushed themselves as much as they can to the opposite side of the kiln, trying to stay away from the igniter. You actually start to feel a little bit woozy as gas just emanates up through the grate, kind of just coming across your face. So I actually need a Constitution saving throw from you, please. You feel a little faint. So any type of athletic or acrobatics that you would attempt to do will be at disadvantage, as you find it a little bit hard to breathe the noxious air coming up from the vent.
I have one spell that could potentially be useful, but
I send a fireball down in the pit and solve the problem.
yep, that was the plan.
Terry, you might want to move your bat.
Oh, that's a ritual anyway, so that wouldn't have helped. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a better idea. So so is the grate locked or just kind of like roughly stuck in place?
Investigation.
Now I roll high. Beautiful.
So as you look, you notice it is not locked. It literally is just laid over the top. Just they definitely didn't think that the gnomes would be able to reach it, so they didn't seem to put much care into creating any kind of like lock to the system.
A nice, clean -1 in strength, but and you said this would be at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. Feeling a
Maybe,
little woozy from the gas coming up from the vent.
Yeah.
Try as you might, you are able to shift the vent grate slightly to the side, and you almost are concerned that it's not enough. But then you look back down at the beings trapped below and realize that they're pretty small. So you think there's just enough room that they would be able to shimmy their way out. If only you could figure out some kind of thing to send down there.
It's something to lift above it there. And yeah, I don't think I've anything else I can do, so done for now, I guess.
Okay. Zapira.
Zapira rushes in to the grate.
Okay.
Is it enough for her to get through the opening, or?
Well, first I'm going to need a con save from you.
Yeah. I got a 7.
You also feel a little bit woozy as you kind of get knocked across the face with the gas. But you're able to look, and it is enough that you could shimmy your way in there.
Jumps down the hole.
As you go to jump down the hole, one of the gnomes in the bottom looks up, seeing you guys. They are kind of roused from their fear a little bit by the sound of the grate getting moved. And he looks at you and goes, Rope? Do you have rope? Rope might help more than a bunny.
Man, I could do something funny. All right. No, I don't have rope. I have a robe.
Basic adventure.
No, I took the healer's kit or something like that.
Oh, that's right. You don't have rope.
Technically, I have a robe. I don't think that would. She's gonna jump down the hole though and look for the source of the where the gas is coming from, I guess.
Okay. Investigation.
Can I do perception?
Or perception. Yeah, that'll work.
And it's at disadvantage, right?
Perception's not. Damn.
Oh, well, 10.
It's just gonna be anything that were to require like physical strength. I gave you a jump down the hole because you're a rabbit, so it doesn't really take anything for you to do that. You are very easily able to see the igniter. A small little silver like bar is sticking out of a hole in the wall, and as you kind of lean in, you can actually feel the gas like pushing past you. Like there's enough air pressure behind it. And at the end of the small silver stick, you see this rough kind of black sparkly texture, and next to that a small little wire, and you're pretty sure that that's the igniter system.
Well, first she's gonna throw a blanket on the gnome or the halfling that is on fire to try to put him
No.
out, and then no.
It's gnomes here.
Okay. Gnomes. Okay. Well, I want to throw a blanket on the gnome and then just throw myself in front of the blast, but I don't know how many actions that would count as.
I am willing to let the joy of the moment step in and say that yes, you can throw a blanket on the scorched gnome and then throw yourself over the igniter. Is everybody cool with that? Like I've said before, I am willing to bend flex rules in order to let epic things happen.
Yep.
Okay. And in an act of bravery that Zabira hopes will not be her last, she takes the robe that she attempted to see if would work as rope and throws it over the gnome where the fire is still dancing along his skin, leaving new scorch patterns. And with one final holly jolly ho ho, throws herself on the igniter. As you finish that throw, you hear the ominous tick, tick, tick. But nothing happens. And then once again, tick, tick, and a whoosh as the fire once again attempts to ignite. But is unable to continue its ignition as your armor just completely squashes out the flame, trying to form in the igniter.
All right, you guys,
Tara.
get these gnomes out of here.
Okay, Tara, what would you and the bitey bats like to do?
Is there any guy left?
Yes, you do have a couple more of the animated armor. You can actually put the bitey bats right next to both of them. But I believe they can only bite one. So do you want to bite the soldiers and horsies or the clowns?
It's an area of effect, so anything within the area will get hit.
So you can bitey both.
Yep.
Okay, dex save number 1, nope. Dex save number 2, nope. The bat swarm descends on the final 2 animated armors, doing 19 damage to each. And with that, the little horses all fall to the ground, no longer animated. And with one final hee hee hee, the clowns fall silent once more, no longer able to bring the joyful horror to the children of Christor. But with that, we once again hear tick, 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 but no whoosh and no bunny screamings. Tara, what would you like to do as you?
I probably have a rope. I'll go over there.
I can double check your character sheet, but like,
Yeah.
if anybody took the adventurer's backpack, you should have rope, inventory, equipment.
Have a lamp and oil. That should help.
Traveler's
Tinder
clothes. Oh my god, you legit. Oh wait, you have adventuring gear.
Should contain rope.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Wild.
I know what I'm doing on my next turn.
All right, let's see other possessions. Nope.
Skedaddling
Tara-
to buy rope.
Tara does not, in fact, have rope, but she comes and stands next to Alina, looking down the hole at Sapira and the gnomes, with her hands kind of up in the air and shrugging like, oops.
Are the gnomes small or tiny?
Gnomes are small.
How deep is the pit?
10 feet.
Hmm. How tall are the gnomes?
About an average of like 3.5 feet tall.
I want to transform
Sorry about
into
that. I could not mute the microphone before the sneeze happened.
How big is my bat form normally, wingspan wise?
I thought you were tiny.
Right, but
Very
wingspan
small.
wise.
Hold on. Yeah, Zapira, I mean, I don't know if anybody has the water spell. You could definitely look into holy water.
I have been regretting not taking create water for the last 4 sessions in a row.
Wingspan of a bat, D&D 2024.
The wingspan of a golden crown flying fox is 6 feet. I'm thinking if I hook myself onto one side, they can use my bat self to climb up and out because it'll give them something to grip onto.
Okay, well, first step, I need a constitution saving throw from you to see where you are in regards to doing anything with athletic or acrobatic necessity.
Alright, I don't know what my constitution is.
Hold on, let me open your character sheet again.
I think you have the amulet.
You do have the amulet, yes, which, I mean, the gas would be considered an environmental effect. Could
No,
be a
it's like
+1.
the amulet of greater health. I think that's what we're
Ooh.
imagining.
Why is the character sheet so slow to load? Come on, character sheet. Thank you. All right, constitution saving throw. Ugh. Come on, you can do it. I was trying to roll it. I can hear it. Oh, that was a strength save. It's the same. Oh, wait, con save. There we go. 19. You are able to completely and utterly withstand the gas, and we'll use that strength save as your strength check. And you are able to hook a couple of your little finger bones over one edge of the kiln and stretch yourself down towards Zapira and the gnomes. And we are actually out of initiative, so you guys can let me know what you are doing as a group.
Alina's going to jump down into the pit and set herself up as a try to sort of like a stepping stool for the happenings that climb up.
Okay. Alina jumps down into the pit. You guys hear that ominous tick, tick, tick and then it stops. And then tick, 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 and then a whoosh. And let's see. But once again, Zephyra's armor is able to extinguish any of the flame being created. Just a heads up to the pit crew. The Helm Tor turned this dial to turn on the system. Just if you care.
It's fine.
Did the person who took him out not change the dial back?
Oh, they took him out from a distance, so
I am going to command my bat familiar to go and flick the dial.
I don't know that the bat familiar would have the strength to turn that knob.
Also,
It's
doesn't have
gotta
fingers.
try.
Is a spell.
Huh?
Also, is a spell and does
Yeah.
not have fingers.
But oh hey, I found the other carrot mace that I created and couldn't find last session. Cyrus, you're not down in the pit yet. If you'd like to go turn off the gas. Cyrus?
Where's the gas? Wait, where's the gas?
Over here by the bat.
Oh,
The bat's gonna screech
they're
at you.
really a. Do y'all need me to turn off the gas?
Yes.
What?
Turn it off already.
The bat is barking at you.
I can't hear anybody over this barking.
It's barking like 30 feet away on top of the knob. So
All I see is this bat like doing this like weird little YMCA-esque dance like, hey, stupid, come and turn this dial. Hey, stupid, come and turn this dial.
Also, so is the grate still like half on top of the hole?
Yes.
Okay.
So you could definitely try to push it open more, Alina. You will still be at disadvantage. And Cyrus, you could go turn off the gas. If you want.
You all feeling all right down there?
Definitely a waste of a spell slot, but it's cinematic, so why not? I shall cast telekinesis. So.
Oh, I think Cyrus actually moved to go turn off the dial. You're telekinesising the grate?
Yep, I can. I can try to move. Well, okay. Is it a huge or smaller object?
It is a large object.
Okay, so I shall send it flying 30 feet towards the like chimney thing.
And all of a sudden, with the power of her mind, the grate goes flying off the top of the kiln and crashes into the fire over here. At the same time, as Cyrus turns the knob, you guys hear one final tick, tick, tick. And you all feel the sense of dread, like if you hadn't lifted the lid and if Cyrus hadn't turned off the gas, that might have been the point where the igniter would have had enough fuel to turn all of the gnomes into nothing more than an ashy Christmas memory. Sorry, ashy Teallachtaine memory. And with that, you guys slowly help the gnomes climb up Bat Terra. and
Alina.
and 9 little gnomes come up. And at the very end, Zapira uses one final hop with a gnome cradled in her arms, near death, to come up out of the pit as well. I am not going to add tokens just because that would inundate the fucking map. But there are 10 little gnomes now standing around you. As they cough and try to kind of get their bearings, you see one of the female gnomes run over to the gnome who lays dead on the ground, and she just falls to her knees and bursts into tears. No, he tried so hard. He tried to save us all, but you saved us. You gave us back the spirit of hope. My husband did not die in vain. Can you save this other one at least? And she points to the gnome wrapped in the robe, barely breathing anymore.
Vera, do you have any revival magic?
You also have the little cookies and stuff.
Ooh, revival magic.
I have
I'll
cure wounds that I can use on the injured one.
I'll,
Yeah, I
Okay.
got cure wounds.
I'll give the injured one a cookie.
I appreciate you trying to save my husband, but he has gone to join Daddy Nolik in the great snow beyond, and I know that he will happily make toys there forever. So yes, please just focus on our son. And you all hesitate for a second and realize that she just said the gnome who is almost dead is their son.
Mary Teallachtaine, and I have a bunch of, what is this, like sparkle candy or something? So.
Yes. So Zapira, you slowly start to break up this candy and the cookies, trying to kind of jam them into the gnome's mouth. And at first you don't really see anything happening, but then the only words you can use to describe it are like little magical snowflakes start to fall on top of his body. Nowhere else inside the room is it falling except on his body. And you hear some tiny little breaths and then one giant inhale, and you watch as the scorch marks start to leave his skin, and he sits up with a start and a gasp. And all of a sudden, the little female gnome that had been crying over the dead gnome's body rushes over to him. And she's like, Luxem, are you okay? Luxem. And he turns and barely can choke out, Mom, I'm okay. They hug each other, tears streaming down their soot-covered faces. As this very happy yet bittersweet family reunion happens, the other gnomes start to spread out around the workshop, and you can hear just kind of quiet conversations laced with despair, wondering how they were ever going to be able to fulfill the wishes of all the little gnomelings and halflings on the night of Teallachtaine with so many of the toys destroyed. And you hear them mention the Starbell Lantern, hoping that the magic of the lantern would be enough to save the Bright Hearth Festival. And all of a sudden, the door bursts open from outside this door with a whoosh of snowfall And a very snowy, very happy little gnome runs in and just Teallachtaine Spark rushes into the factory. I found the reindeer. They're here. The reindeer can help you. You can get to the cavern by midday tomorrow in time to save Teallachtaine. And then she stops. And she looks. You're not dead. You're all not dead. And she just bursts into tears and runs over to the gnomes and just everybody is hugging everybody. It's tears and boogery I love yous and just happiness. And actually you guys can feel the spirit of the holiday just infuse you as you all heal for 15 health points. If you don't need 15 health points of healing, you will take 15 temporary HP.
HP, you say?
Yes. And as you guys feel the spirit kind of infuse your bodies, a couple of the gnomes split off and kind of head south and come back bearing plates of food. And a few other gnomes go into one of the other rooms and come back bearing bedrolls. And they offer you guys a warm meal and a safe place to take a long rest on this cold, dark night before heading off on the final leg of your journey.
We got toys to build. What are you guys doing?
We can always take a rest.
Teallachtaine.
You need rest, heroes. We will build the toys, and you will sleep, and then you will save the lantern. And you actually notice that a lot of the gnomes start going back to building the toys. And the funniest thing is, as you watch the reindeer come in, they start picking up bags and boxes and parts, and you can see the reindeer actually actively helping the gnomes clean up the workshop and get the toys built in an effort to make sure that Teallachtaine will not be ruined, even as hard as the Ice Devil and his minions try. So, you all please take a long rest, and we can either call session early or we can continue. It is up to you. Epic music included.
This might be a good spot. I only got about half an hour.
Yeah. Also have to get up pretty early tomorrow for a flight to go see the bat.
Nice.
Oh,
As you go to
question.
take your rest.
We said we get a long rest and we
Yes.
get 15 temporary hit points on top of that?
Yes. So
That's
go
what I'm
ahead,
thinking.
long rest,
Okay,
and add 15 temporary hit points. As you guys go to kind of snuggle in for the night, you notice that the gnomes are happy to show you what they're doing. So you are more than welcome to help them with the toys to try and make sure that nothing is ruined for Teallachtaine, while you watch a war movie in the background.
Sounds about right.
It's not a war movie, it's about trains.
And while
Same
everybody
thing.
is kind of getting settled and everything, you notice, though, that Loxam and his mom are slowly trying to drag the gnome's body out of the workshop. They've actually wrapped it in the robe that you had used to extinguish the flames on Loxam's body.
Alina will try to go over to help. Would you like any help with that?
The female gnome looks up at you tearfully. it would mean so much if you could help us. It's just Jordan meant so much to us and to the Glitterkind family, and I know that he'd want to be buried with the others. There's a small graveyard just south of here. It's only I don't know how you longer-legged creatures measure, but it's just 52 quick steps from my gnome self. And she points to the woods, and you're pretty sure it's only probably about 50 feet south of the clearing that she's talking about. So you pick up the body of her husband and help bring it down to the clearing. And there, while you would think would be sorrowful, you actually kind of feel a sense of peace and calm wash over you as you enter what appears to be a small little cemetery. There aren't many headstones here, but there are a few. Many are decorated with holly and juniper sprigs. And you slowly help to dig a little plot. While you do this, her son runs over and you see him start collecting holly sprigs, fastening them into the shape of a star. Is everybody at the little burial?
No, can you ping it?
Yeah.
Dicebear is. I know Alina is. Tara, Cyrus.
I don't see anybody moved, so ping it, please.
You what? Sorry.
I don't see that anybody has moved from my screen, so ping it.
This is all RP.
Oh, okay. Yes,
I didn't have time to make the gnome graveyard map.
Touche.
So yeah, you guys help lower in the body, and you notice that the other gnomes have come out from the workshop, and they start to recite a poem. You think you're not completely sure, and they hand you shovels so that the group can kind of help to cover the body, almost knowing that you're not gonna know the words to the poem, but they want you to feel included.
I will indeed help cover it up, and I'll also send my cute little bat familiar onto the shoulder of the son, just to be a little, friendly and cuddly.
I will take inspiration from Alina and do the same with my familiar, but to the mother.
Okay. And all of a sudden you hear Aloxum's mom start to speak. Beneath the snow where lanterns glow and pine trees hum in moonlight cheer, we pause our steps, speak soft and low, for the one we loved is not still here. The gnomes have hung their caps today along the eaves of time and tale. They've set aside their work and play to light a path beyond the veil. For every life, both small and grand, leaves footprints deep in winter ground. And though we cannot hold their hand, their warmth is still all around. They rest now where the hearths stay bright, where tools are laid and burdens cease, where long nights turn to gentle light and busy hearts at last find peace. So when the bells of Teallachtaine ring and candles glow on frosted stone, remember this, the love we bring outlives the years we've known. And somewhere past the falling snow, with laughter soft and beards askew, a gnome tips their hat just so and whispers, I am still with you. And you all receive a point of inspiration. So if you go on your character sheet, up near your health and all that good stuff, you will see a spot to check mark an inspiration point.
Tara takes a deep breath. This hits close to home, but she can't quite figure out why.
Okay. And Yenir, the female gnome, kind of notices, Tara, that you're kind of touched. And she comes over and she hugs you, which is kind of sweet because, she can only kind of reach around your waist. And she says, Jordan is definitely still with you, love. I know it. And Loxham knows it, and your party knows it. You are all heroes today, and you set right what would have been a very, very, very big wrong. So I just hope that we can give you a gnome's winter farewell to help you find your way. And she hugs you close, and she actually hands you a small sprig of holly. There's no definitive effect to the sprig of holly. It's definitely more just a symbolic kind of thing. I am going to put the gnome's winter farewell into the game chat if anybody wants it. They finish burying the body and all of a sudden start to walk away one at a time. And actually, you can see the gnomes kind of touching on the tombstones of various other gnomes who have passed before. Not all of them touching all of the gravestones, but you get the impression that they're kind of touching the ones for their family members. And you can kind of hear them humming a little bit. And then just kind of walking away quietly, the humming kind of fading into the snowfall as they return to the workshop for the night. And just kind of at the end, you can kind of hear a couple of them kind of singing the last refrains of the song that Yenir was singing. Gnome tips their hat just so and whispers, I am still with you, as they walk away, kind of inviting you guys to follow along. They bring you back into the workshop. And actually, what's amazing is all the broken toys and all the blood is gone. And the reindeer have laid down by the hearth, kind of snuggled in. And you get the impression that they cleaned up. Whether it be just because they were able to do it themselves or the spirit of Teallachtaine and Daddy Nolig helped them do it. But all of a sudden, what once was a workshop of death and destruction, once again, is just filled with the warmth of the holiday season and the hopes of the new year. And with that, we will end the session. Once again, long rest, 15 HP temporary, and heroic inspiration to the party. Well done saving the gnomes, everybody.
One last thing, and
Yes.
Lena would like to do before end off is a bit before when night has fallen for decent bit, and a few minutes before she tends to head off to bed, she'll go onto the roof of one of the nearby buildings and
Okay.
look up at the moon if it's visible, or where she would assume the moon to be if it's not, and just play a bit of music on her violin.
You can most definitely see the moon. And as you play your music, you almost feel as if the moonbeams turn towards you and dance around you to your tune. And you just feel this glow around you as if the moon goddess herself is blessing you, even though you maybe didn't always pray to her or necessarily speak with her, but it's like she wants to talk to you more.
I mean, technically, that is who I worship, but yes.
So actually, it's more of a situation where she's rejoicing in finding you.
Okay.
Because it wasn't how things were for you originally. It's not something that racially you would have followed, but it's something you've chosen to embrace, and you haven't had a lot of time with her. So it's almost like she's taking this moment to welcome you into her arms a little bit more because you've taken the time at the end of this very long, very hard day to acknowledge her and to play to her.
We'll make it
So it's almost like Saloon is shining her blessing upon you. And give me just 1 second, because of the fact that you are taking the time to commune with her.
To be clear, this is more aimed towards Elastre, which is the drow goddess of the moon.
Oh, Alistair? Okay, that's fine. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 shot on the moon goddess here.
I did want to stretch my wings and be alone for a little bit, so I'd like to think I would have heard this, and it felt familiar.
Okay. As if maybe you'd heard the tune before. So maybe it's kind of sparking a memory for you between you and Alina, Tara?
Yeah. But it's still cloudy.
Okay. So yeah, you do gather a sense of clarity. Like you feel if Alina were to maybe continue playing those songs, it could be a key to unlocking those lost memories. Alina, as you continue to play, some of the moonbeams seem shinier than others. And you reach a hand out. Hold on. I'm literally like making a thing. And a chain of moondrops seem to fall into your hand. And you realize it is a mithril necklace with a silver moon as the charm.
I will finish the song I'm playing and then inspect it a little bit.
Okay. It is definitely just a cosmetic item. So it'll just be based off the value of the mithril chain and the silver moon charm.
Lena grasps it in her hand and tenderly looks back up at the moon and says, "Illustray, I will make you proud."
And even in the cold moon's light, you feel the warmth of an embrace.
All right, that's all I had.
Okay. Anybody else, or are we good for sleepy time in Gnome Land?
I'm going Gnome Land.
Yeah,
My
Sapira,
silence.
Sapira wants to take Snow and run in the snow with him and get on the sleigh. Yo, Snow, you want to go for a sleigh ride?
Wait, who's Snow?
Cyrus.
Oh, I was like, huh?
Ha!
I got this thing hooked up with a Hemi, if you know what I mean.
Nice.
And then Bun Bun just like gives like a happy growl.
Nice. As the two of you run off, singing, "Our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy, cozy are we. We're snuggled up together like two adventurers of a feather would be." Okay, with that, my lovely dice bears, we will call it an evening, and I will see you next week for the next installment of our Teallachtaine Bright Hearth Festival. Take care, and I will see you guys later.
Good night.